Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Shervon. I'm the leader of the Pravanas, and I was also the 2022 Shimmy Mob team leader here in Panama City. And I just wanted to take a minute and have some real talk. I know we posted some lovely pictures of everybody in the team together. We're wearing our green and our black, and we're smiling and we're dancing, and I've seen so many beautiful pictures of groups of people, other Shimmy Mob teams all over the world, posting those beautiful smiling pictures. And what we did was beautiful and fun and full of joy and laughter and everything. But I want to make sure we're not forgetting what we're doing this for. Sabai has been real clear and very supportive of the fact that we are doing this to raise awareness about domestic violence, to try and bring a little bit of information to the public, take a minute out of their day and let them think about the reality that unfortunately a lot of them probably are thinking about anyway as they're out in the shopping malls and the public squares where we go and perform. So what I really wanted to discuss is our experience as the Panama City team. We had 3 stops on Saturday, and 2 of which were at local farmers markets, and 1 of which was at an outdoor mall. And before each performance, I had prepared a script, and that was based on leadership. Previous to me, before when I had done Shimmy Mob, I had an amazing person who was in charge that wrote a beautiful, moving script. And I did the best that I could. I don't know if I did hers justice, but I said what I wanted to say. Unfortunately, I did that research, came up with some statistics that I felt safe in sharing. And some statistics I did not share because they were just so awful. It wasn't fun doing that research, but I knew it was important that when we go out there, it's not just about jingling and shimmying and smiling. We're there for a serious reason as well. So we gave our little speech, we did our little dance, we thanked everyone for being there, we spoke to folks. But what really hit us hard, both me and some of the members of my group, was at 2 of the 3 locations where we performed. After we finished the speech and finished the dance, we had at 2 locations women who came up to us and told us they were survivors. And in both cases, it was very moving and very grounding. At one location, I had a woman who was a vendor there, and she shared her story with me, and it was really very intimate and very moving, and I just thanked her not only for sharing the story but for being here and what an inspiration she was. That kind of really grounded me. And then at another location, one of my colleagues and fellow dancers had gone up to the very small crowd. We only had about 3 people watching us. Everyone else was kind of just walking by, and that's fine. But we had 3 people that waited for us to get our stuff together and get in the right position. We had technical issues. It's a long story, but I didn't have a microphone, so I just shouted my speech, and they stood there patiently and listened to all of it, and they let us do our dance. And as it turned out, my colleague went up to her and thanked the group, the small group that was there for staying and watching us and letting us work through our issues, and staying for the whole performance. And I think they might have videoed it too. And the woman said to her that she was a survivor. Her eyes welled up with tears, and she handed a pretty good sized donation to my dancer. And my dancer was just sort of awestruck, and she was just like, wow, we're I don't know if making a difference is the word, but the survivors that see us I felt like they were heartened that we were doing that. I don't know. And also at one location, I had a woman come up to me. At the end of my speech, I say, if you need me, I say the Florida Domestic Violence Hotline number twice in rapid succession, like they do in the commercials, so people can remember that number if they need it. And I say, if you didn't get that number, if you need to jot it down, please come see one of us. And wouldn't you know, a woman came and got one of my dancers. They immediately, Jessica, come here really quick. She needs the number. They were thinking maybe she was in a crisis situation. But I walked up to her and she said, no, I'm not, I don't need this for myself. But at my work, we have a resource board where we put numbers for people who need things. And she says, I want to add this number to the list. I think it's important. And I said, absolutely. She took a photo of the number with her phone and thanked us for doing that. I told her, I got the number from DCF webpage about domestic violence. So it was a legitimate number. And wow. And I said, you know what? I want to talk about this. Because what we're doing is so fun and awesome and, glamorous even. But there's more to it, and I don't want you guys to forget that. And I'm speaking to my other Shimmy Mob colleagues and participants, my other team leaders. I think it's so important that you don't lose sight of that while we're learning choreography and things. It's important. And this year, I hadn't done it for a while. I did it this year. And the selection of the charity was really important to me. I didn't feel good about the charity I'd supported in the past. And it was important that I find one that I could really support and feel good about what we were doing. And I was able to do that. And that was important to me because I had to think outside of the box a little bit because we are in a semi-rural area. So I encourage people to really do think outside of the box. If you're not 100% on the charity that you're supporting, do think out of the box. So that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to say one more thing. These statistics that I found, I want to share them with you. So if you're a team leader out there or you're a Shimmy Mob participant and you want to make a suggestion to your team leader, these are the kind of numbers that I brought up. I brought up that national studies suggest that 25% of all women will experience domestic violence in their lifetime. That's a lot. I also brought up the fact that 50% of households where domestic violence occurs has a child under 12. I think that's shocking, and we need to remember that. I also wanted to mention that 25% number for women experiencing domestic violence, people of all genders who are members of the LGBTQ community, the rates go up for them. They are more vulnerable to situations of domestic violence, intimate partner violence, etc. That was really important to mention. One statistic that I didn't share because it was too grim, I want to share it with you today so you understand the importance of those two women that approached us to let us know that they were able to get out of the situations that they had previously been in, is that 75% of all domestic violence fatalities occur when the victim is trying to leave. So a lot of times, why don't you just leave? Why don't you get out of there? Because you're likely to get killed trying to do that unless you have a serious hardcore safety plan, which professionals can help you develop when you call these hotlines and you approach the legitimate shelters can help you get the safety plan so that you are safe, because a lot of times there's guns in the household, or in this country it's very easy to get a gun. So that was a very grim statistic, but I felt like sharing it with you guys because I'm sharing about these two women who approached us. 2 out of the 3 performance locations we were approached. So wow, just really wow. Thank you so much for watching this. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me through the Parvana's page or my personal page. And I want to say thank you so much to everybody who participated this year. It was so powerful to know we were all doing the same dance all over the world. So cool, so powerful, and so positive. So thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to do this. as a team leader, I want to do it next year too. So if you didn't get a chance to participate with me this year, please get up with me next year. It always happens on World Belly Dance Day, May 14th, or I believe somewhere around that. Anyway, thank you again.